was Brandon Jones, a name that might be surprising on any other race weekend. But Brandon, I got to tell you, this was his third victory in his career at this track. When you see these results, when you see the performance that Brandon Jones put on display on Saturday, is it just a matter of Brandon Jones, he's just that good at Kansas, or do you think he is a legitimate dark horse and threat to steal the title? Remember, he arguably should have been in a championship 4 in 2022 before Ty Gibbs cleaned him out at Martinsville, and he did win at Phoenix in 2020 and finished third there in the spring.
I'd be inclined to say that he's just a fluke when it comes to Kansas, and my wife and I were there on site for his last win at Darlington earlier back in the spring. But you bring up some really lucrative points there about 2020 with Phoenix. I mean, the car isn't too much different at all. I dare say it's not different at all. And finished third there in the spring. You got to make it to the championship round. That's all we ask. That's all you got to ask for Brandon Jones, and then set him off and see what he can do there at Avondale. But yeah, all he has to do is make Phoenix. You make a good point for him to be maybe a dark horse. I'm still not ready to put him in the dark horse category, but he has to get by this next round. And so I don't see the best thing he could do here was get the win. So now maybe he's got some momentum to work with, but before now, he was not on my radar at all. But showing that he can win Kansas again and lock himself in, it puts him in a lot better position for sure. So possibly on the edge of being a dark horse for me.
Yeah, well, like I said, anything can happen in this system, and I think it's not that I'm sitting here telling you Brandon Jones is a true threat or he's the number one driver. I still think Justin Allgaier would be the top competition to Connor Zilic here. But if he can get to the championship 4, I like Brandon Jones's chances at Phoenix over most other track. Probably Kansas would be the only one. I would say if the championship race were at Kansas, then if Brandon Jones got to the championship 4, I would say you got to look at him as one of the actual favorites. But
how's he going to do at Vegas, Talladega, or Martinsville? That's the real nail biter for him. I don't see those being. Well, Las Vegas, he didn't do anything at Las Vegas before.
Martinsville is the one that comes to mind for me just because of what happened there in 22. I don't know. I can pull his results here up here rather just to see. Obviously, it was a couple of down years for him at Junior Motorsports. He's had most of his success at Joe Gibbs Racing, and now that's where he's been returned to this year. And it's I think gone much better for him. Obviously, a pair of 14th place finishes at the standings. I'm trying to see what his best finish here at Vegas was. I think he's had some decent runs there, but he's got 3 wins at Kansas, a couple of wins at Darlington, and he did win at Martinsville in the spring of 2022, and then won the pole in the fall. Was on his way to victory lane there in the fall, and then we all know what happened after that. So again, I think he's got a very clear path where he could, and Talladega's in the round of 8 as well. I mean, anything can happen there. He's got a clear path to get to the championship 4, and if he can get there, then like I said, Connor Zilic, I think far and away has been the most deserving driver of his championship with the run that he's been on recently. But there are no guarantees in this system, and if Brandon Jones can get to that point, I wouldn't put it past him to potentially pull a Daniel Hemrick and steal one with a walk-off win at Phoenix.
Yeah, I feel like it's Zilic and Allgaier fighting for the championship, and maybe Brandon Jones, if he's there in Phoenix fighting for a championship, he'd be there to pick up the pieces. Maybe not the main contender like we said, but you really never know.
Yeah, and Sam Mayer's in great shape. Obviously, Jones is locked into the next round. I think Zilic and Allgaier have clinched it on points. Obviously, Zilic is so far ahead, but just looking at some of these other names here, I mean, I guess for Taylor Gray and Sheldon Creed, I mean, they're still looking for their first wins, period. But then again, Daniel Hemrick was as well, as is Carson Kvapil now that I think about it. Jesse Love and Austin Hill. I mean, Hill's obviously at a disadvantage because of not having playoff points. Don't really feel like I've seen the speed from RCR that makes me think that they're top contenders right now. So yeah, I mean, I think again, if you have a championship 4 of the top 4 right now, as much as I think Zilic deserves this title, and as much as I think Justin Allgaier would be the next driver in line, I could certainly see any of those four walking away with the trophy after Phoenix. And as we saw last year, Riley Herbst won the race. Justin Allgaier finished second. So it is a little bit more common. Obviously, we've only ever seen it once in Cup, but it's not unprecedented for you to not have to win the race at Phoenix to be the one lifting the championship trophy at the end there. So we'll see what it comes down to.